everybody. Welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to Falling in Reverse, The Drug in Me Is You. And then after that, without stopping, The Drug in Me Is Reimagined will be the second one they're going to do. We're going to do them all together. This was suggested by one of my lovely viewers, so we're going to do it that way. But before we do, we've got to pay the bills. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for post notifications and all that great stuff. Make comments, tell your friends. Doing all these things can and will help the algorithm bring my content to more users, and I appreciate that. So let's get to it. Falling in Reverse, The Drug in Me Is You, followed immediately by The Drug in Me Is Reimagined.
Upon my door the other day, I opened it to find out staring in my face.
He's young.
The mortal stock and still reverberates. Everywhere I go, I drag this coffin just in case. My body's tremble as it shivers down my spine. Adrenaline kicks in, shifts into overdrive. Your secrets keep you sick, your lies keep you alive. Snake eyes every single time you roll with crooked dice. Laugh out the darkness as you try to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts 100-year-old house. I wrestle with my thoughts, I shook the hand of doubt. Running from my past, I'm praying feet don't fail me now. I've lost my goddamn mind. It happens all the time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here, trying to consume the drug in me is you, and I'm so high on misery. Can't you see? I got these questions always running through my head. So many things that I would like to understand.
This is old band.
If we are born to die and we all die to live, then what's the point of living life if it just contradicts? Laugh out the darkness as it tried to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts 100-year-old house. I wrestle with my thoughts, I shook the hand of doubt. Running from my past, I'm praying feet don't fail me now. I've lost my goddamn mind.
He's got the Aerosmith look on his mic. Love it.
Can't believe I'm actually meant to be here, trying to consume the drug in me is you, and I'm so high on misery. Can't you see?
Very attractive government. Guitarist has got some chops.
You tried to reach me, but you just can't help me. So long, goodbye. You try to save me, it won't work this time. 'Cause now I've lost my fucking mind, and there's no fucking time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here, trying to consume the drug in me is you, and I'm so high on misery. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see? Can't you see?
Double bass drums. He's got double kicks. Well, let's roll right into the next one. Quick pause right here. First indication to me is I think one of them's many years before, so I think it's like 10 years, I think, 'cause somebody told me. I don't know if the bands are the same between the two, but the look of the band is very is different from the videos I've recently watched. It's very typical hairstyles and the eye makeup and this, that, and the other. But the music was good. I really enjoyed the music. It wasn't screaming. It's definitely more musical. And even without the screaming, in the previous ones where he was screaming, it was at least musical still. So it looks like he's still got his musicality. I don't know if he's got any music background, any professional music background. But he certainly does. Even I think, like I said, I think it was 10 years ago. Well, look, it says right at the bottom, this in stores on the 2011. So yeah, this is like 9 years old. So he still puts a song together pretty well. The music was great. The words were pretty good. I'm not much of a bars breakdown type of person, but it kind of gives me this impression that he wasn't talking about drugs necessarily. He was talking about the drug in him is this girl who, or maybe it's a lifestyle. Maybe I'm not sure, but maybe it's not the drug that's causing the problem, but it's the company in which he is causing him to do things that are questionable. So. I certainly know that all too well. You tend to gravitate towards the people that you hang out with, and your personality changes to suit them. That's one of the hardest things about being a father is without telling your friends who they can and can't be friends with, trying to encourage them to not be friends with people that are bringing them down or moving them into a different mindset. So. Yeah, I could totally relate to that. Also, going to air my own dirty laundry. Like I said before, I was military, and one of the downfalls of military is the fact that 66% of all the marriages in the military end in divorce. And I am a perfect statistic for that because I am on my third wife, and the first two failed, which makes 66% of them failed. The difference is that I was married and divorced twice between the ages of 21 and 24. And the problem that I had was that the military paid me more to be married. So therefore, I made rash decisions on whom I married in order to be more comfortable, which is probably not a good incentive for the military to provide. But let's move on to the next one. It's just linked right here.
Staring in my face, the feel of mortal stalking still reverberates. Everywhere I go, I drag this coffin, just in case.
Okay, let me start stopping. This is not. I've changed my style and I don't stop, but this time I'm gonna stop. I think it's important to listen to the step down, just in case. First of all, I think this is the exact same song, right? This is the exact same song when they reimagined. I thought the songs were going to be different, or at least the lyrics were going to be different. I didn't realize they were going to be the exact same lyrics with a different approach. So far, this is fantastic. Let me back it up so we can talk about the step down. The face, and then the just in case. Such a good singer.
I opened it to find her staring in my face. The feel of mortal stalking still reverberates. Everywhere I go, I drag this coffin, just in case.
I love that. It's really good. Great falsetto sound he's got.
My body's trembling and shivers down my spine. Adrenaline kicks and shifts into overdrive. Your secrets keep you sick, your life lies keep you alive. Snake eyes every single time you roll with crooked eyes. I felt the darkness as it tried to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts 100-year-old house. I wrestle with my thoughts, I shook the hand of doubt. Running from my past, I'm praying feet don't fail me now. I lost my goddamn mind. It happens all.
Oh, all right. I gotta stop it again. First of all, I absolutely love the piano in this. What a different look at it. The musicality of the piano it's an amazing instrument, and the fact that Ronnie can play it, it kind of explains why he has such musicality. I keep saying musicality. There's so much musicalness in his music, and it probably has a lot to do with the fact that he can play the piano, because the piano, which, the long version of that word is pianoforte, which basically means soft and loud. It's basically the entire spectrum of the, of keys and notes and all of these things. But the musicalness of the piano and the way that the harmonies and the pentachords and all of those things kind of move together helps that translate into the metal, I think, for Ronnie. That way his more metal sounding type music is more musical than maybe some of the other bands that play like a heavier metal. They don't necessarily have that musicalness that the piano or knowing the piano helps Ronnie in this case. And maybe I'm way off, but I think the piano and the way the piano sounds really helps that. Another thing I just want to point out is his voice is unbelievable, and the way that he moves from a full voice into falsetto without a break in there, that is so hard to do. So for those that aren't like singers or necessarily, there's a gap in the notes that you can sing between your full voice and your falsetto, which I can't really do because I have a terrible falsetto voice. But the gap between your full voice and your falsetto voice is what I'm talking about. There's a break, what they call a break. And Ronnie doesn't seem to have that. He's able to move from his full voice into his falsetto voice without making it apparent that there is a gap, if he has one, which I doubt he does have a break just by listening to it. The transition is beautiful. I love it. Let's back it up a little bit so you can listen to some of that to see what I'm talking about.
I felt the darkness as it tried to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts 100-year-old house. I wrestle with my thoughts, I shook the hand of doubt. Running from my past, I'm praying feet don't fail me now. I lost my goddamn mind. It happens all the time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here. Trying.
Oh my gosh, Ronnie, I'm sorry. I am interrupting your beautiful song. But the end of that last phrase, I don't know exactly how to explain it. There was no resolve on it. So a resolve is basically ending on the same note you started with, because it gives you the sound, the sense of completion of a song, or at least a line in some cases. So the last note of the song is always the same as the first note of the song, or some variation of that, with the exception of times when there's a key change in the middle of a song. But for the most part, at the end of a song, if you don't resolve, it almost sounds incomplete, like you're waiting for another part of the song to come. And in this case, there was a sustainment on that note at the end of that phrase that really hit me good, because I got goosebumps on the end of that so much that my nipples got hard. Sorry, Ronnie. Let me back it up.
Happens all the time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here.
Love that. Oh, that's so good.
Trying to consume the drug in me is you, and I'm so high on misery. Can't you see?
I like the shortened phrases there. It's almost like a staccato.
I've got these questions always running through my head. So many things that I would like to understand. If we are born to die and we all die to live, then what's the point of living life if it just contradicts? I felt the darkness as it tried to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts 100-year-old house.
I'm gonna back it up a little bit, but there's a couple of things I want to point out. One, the strings filling in, making that sound very full on the low end. It's a great addition to the song. I really love the strings there. The two songs are so different as this song it moves. It gradually increases, or it moves to a different level or a different type of sound. Where the first song was basically the same sound throughout, which was fine. That was the type of song it is. More, dare I say, Ronnie, don't get mad at me, more pop sounding, in the sense of where you got yourself a nice sound and you play that sound throughout. The audience loves that sound. It sounds good. You stick to something that hits, and then you play it throughout. In this case, there's a graduation in the song to where it goes from one sound to the next sound, and I really like that. And then this last phrasing, I'll back it up so you can hear it. I love how Ronnie left the breaths in there. Whenever you're talking or whenever you're singing, this happens a lot in rap music. Well, they'll take out the breaths in post-production, because as a rapper singing, they have to take that deep breath, and it kind of detracts from the song or distracts from the song. And a lot of times they'll take that out in post-production so you don't hear it. It sounds like Eminem's doing Rap God without taking any breaths. Well, it's just because they take the breaths out. In this case, I really love that they left the breaths in, because it kind of adds to the agony and the angst of the sound. So I really dig that. Let me back it up so you can hear it.
And if we are born to die and we all die to live, then what's the point of living life if it just contradicts? I felt the darkness as it tried to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts 100-year-old house. I wrestle with my thoughts. I shook the hand of doubt. Running from my past, I'm praying feet. Don't fail me now. I've lost my goddamn mind.
The strings are so good.
It happens all the time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here.
Such a good voice.
Trying to consume the drug in me is you, and I'm so high on misery. Can't you see?
Oh, this is the guitar solo. That's the same solo, I think. Only on piano. Oh, that's dope.
I've lost myself. You try to
That's so
reach me,
good.
but you just can't help me. So long.
Building.
Goodbye. You try to save me, it won't work this time. 'Cause now I've lost my fucking mind. And there's no fucking time. I can't believe I'm actually
Hear those breaths again.
The drug in me is you, and I'm so high on misery. Can't you stop?
I love it. I thought that was the end. Great ending. I love it. I like the scream with the soft piano behind it, the scream almost like it's in the distance. So cool. Oh, Ronnie, you've outdone yourself, my friend. You have outdone yourself. What an amazing reimagined sound. Now, I like the first, The Drug in Me Is You, and then the reimagined is way better. But I like them both. The second one is way better. Wow, that was really good. I'm so sorry that I ended up stopping it throughout the thing, but I thought it was important to point out some of the aspects of the song, which normally I would miss, but this is more of a song that I'm kind of familiar with as far as musicalness of the song. So I was able to catch it because it was very clear. The whole song was very clear and well produced, so I could hear it really well. Very, very good. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you like the first one or the second one more? By far, the second one is my favorite. What an amazing singer. What an amazing band. Hey, also, let me know, is it the same band in both of those songs? Because as much as we say Ronnie's a genius and Ronnie's a genius and Ronnie is a genius when it comes to music, he definitely has a lot of support from his musicians. So it would be a courtesy to be able to tell them that they also did an amazing job. So putting good musicians behind you helps a lot in that sense, because not only can they play the music that you envision, but they can also help you reach the sound that you're looking for. One of my good friends, his name is David Brenton, and I'll link some of his channel, which isn't a very popular channel, but the dude is an amazing guitarist. But he's got a vision on the way he played at our church, but he's got a vision on how even church music, because he comes from a metal background, on how to make even church music sound more popular and frankly just cool. I'll link that in the bottom, but you let me know if you're interested in that. Wow, this was a long video. Hopefully in post-production I'm able to edit and squeeze it down a little bit, but I thought it was important for me to do this in the same video. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. Gosh, I talk so much between the videos that I feel like that doing it here would be silly. So I want to hang out with Ronnie. Does anybody know Ronnie's phone number? Because I want to go hang out with him. Anyway, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. God bless. Take care.